warm greetings, and in particular to the chairs of Divisions 23 East and 23 Central. Thanks for your kind invitation to participate in your joint meeting, but regrettably, I must apologize for my inevitable absence due to. Congratulations on the initiative of this joint meeting, which sends a very strong message that notwithstanding our fairly recent split into two divisions, we remain strongly united as one under the Kiwanis banner. Just a few quick but very important notes. Congratulations and a big thank you to the two councils for the part played in ensuring the significant success of the ECNC District Convention. Congratulations to Governor-designate Pam on her pending ascendancy to the governorship of the district at the commencement of the new Kiwanis year. Please put yourselves on mute. If you realize that you're off mute, please put yourselves on mute. Congratulations to Vice Governor-designate Sharon, who pulled off one of the most exciting Kiwanis elections in recent history. Congratulations are also in order to Kiwanis International Vice President-elect designate Hope Marks on her pending ascendancy to the second highest office of Kiwanis International. She's now set to take Jamaica to the zenith of Kiwanis. While it gives me great joy to congratulate our women on the great leadership roles they are undertaking in the Kiwanis movement, I must use this opportunity to encourage your men to increase their visibility in Kiwanis and to offer themselves for higher service. Do have a great meeting. Llewellyn Allen, PLG Chair, Jamaica. I hope I did it justice.
I think you did, Kerry. Thank you so much. And I'm sure Llewellyn is, wherever it is, but very happy. Well, fellow Kiwanians and guests, we're on to a very exciting evening this evening. We are going to be hearing from a number of our men drawn across from the district, a number of different clubs, and I'm very excited about that. And what's more amusing is that we have two women hosting this meeting. So we'll be able to ask our men the questions and they will be answering us. And of course, if we have any other thought-provoking questions that we may not have asked, then you'll have the opportunity. So I'll go ahead and introduce the 5 gentlemen that will be speaking to us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. 5 well-known gentlemen in our distinguished movement. I'll introduce them. We'll ask a few questions of them. We'll open the mics, allow you to ask, and then we'll end our meeting. Keep the chat going between Kerry, myself, and Vice Governor Designate Sharon. We will be answering the questions.
First question is, in what ways do you think that Kiwanis has helped you to become a better role model for the next generation of men in your community, particularly for a multi-generational Kiwanian like yourself, Lloyd? How has Kiwanis influenced just your life? But I'll let Riley start first, and then Lloyd, you can jump in and let us know.
This question sort of jumps out in a couple of different ways. So there are several ways for me that Kiwanis is actually provided me the opportunity to be a better role model. I think the easiest one for me to latch on to is to say the leadership development opportunities that I had over several years within the K family actually helped to build and lead me to where I am at this point in time. But if I take a more broader perspective on it, I would say things like, the experiences I've had, the exposure that Kiwanis has provided for me, the connections, the tools, appreciating that there are different ways to handle different situations. So those are the things that sort of pulled me through and then allowed me to say, if these are the things that make me a better person or allows me to contribute in a more positive way to my community, then I certainly should be encouraging other people within my community and within the K family to think or act in similar ways. I'm not saying I have it all right, but certainly what Kiwanis has helped to provide for me is that perspective that says, here's some tools, here's some exposure, here are some opportunities, and as you learn from them, you can pass on to others some of those experiences and the learnings I've gained over the years.
My question will be, how has your involvement in the Kiwanis family, how has your involvement in Kiwanis influenced your perspective on fatherhood or mentorship and community involvement? And I'd like to hear from DG Phil.
So for me personally, Carolyn, Carrie-Ann, I have been able to gain so much more from Kiwanis than I could give back to my service organization. How has that affected my role as a father in my family? I have 3 children, 2 boys and a girl, and 6 grandkids. And mostly these days, my mentorship is with the grandchildren because they're growing up and they're growing and evolving as young men, young boys and girls.
My question will be, how was your involvement in the Kiwanis family? How was your involvement in Kiwanis influence your perspective on fatherhood or mentorship and community involvement? And I'd like to hear from DG Phil.
Thank you so much, Carolyn and Kerry. Like most of the speakers who spoke before me, I think the leadership development process which you enjoy once you enter Kiwanis Club is something that is unmatched anywhere else. The anticipation, as Patrick said, that this would probably have been a networking opportunity. But when you get into the organization, you realize that it is far more than a networking opportunity. In fact, it is an opportunity for you to grow as an individual. I have never had a problem speaking in public, like Ralston suggested he might have had, because of what I do in my daily life. But what I found was that the leadership which came on to you was something which was unbelievable. And one of the first experiences that I had when I realized how important that you were as a Kiwanian was when we went to a primary school to read to youngsters, and it was a mixed school, boys and girls, but they split up the class, and there were girls and boys. So the females from the Kiwanis Club read to the girls, and the men as men read to the boys.
What is the current composition of your Kiwanis Club, and how has that impacted the development and mentorship of your members, particularly the male members?
Yeah, the dynamics are very, very different. You know, we have a system where we find or try to find like-minded people. You go after a certain persona, a certain, let's say, model that you have, or an idea of a person who might fit your club. By the way, we are indeed an all-male club, Palm Beach. And we have a membership cycle in which we have it as a document. It's something that is a standard operational procedure. And we have about 2 to 3 months of a probation period, for example. So people come into meetings, they go into committee meetings, and we find out whether they are exactly that fit that we need.
What ways has Kiwanis challenged you to grow as a person and as a leader? And how have you applied those lessons in other areas of your life?
When I first went to join the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, I was petrified. All these little managers, upper managers in this big room, and at that time the club was about 240 members. And so it was a bit intimidating. But you know, in all of that large crowd, there were persons who would reach out and hold your hand, and they would guide you through the movement. Every now and then I say to people that if anybody is responsible for any mistakes I made in Kiwanis, it would be Lloyd Diston Sr. Because I have taken him on as a mentor, and I have tried to emulate him, and in so doing, I developed certain skills that I am able to use in my private avocation. I am able to lead people without any great difficulties, and also try to pass this on to other persons.